Welcome back.
Yeah.
Back to back to back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Again, back to back to back
Yeah.
to back to crack to back. All right.
We got a damn good show.
That's right. So
I'm Chris. This is Matt, and Ronnie's back behind the camera making all the magic happen in here.
last week we did back-to-back home free uploads for our 20-something
2
days
weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks?
Yep.
Oh, I guess now it would be, yeah. So 2 weeks ago we did back-to-back home free uploads for our 20-something days of Christmas thingy. So this week we're doing back-to-back Pentatonix, I guess.
Yeah.
And we didn't really plan that up until about 4 minutes ago, and here we are.
Here we are.
So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go look at our playlist for the last few days, and you'll know. It's
in there.
what's going
doing
on.
the things. Which, by the way, check out our video we just dropped last Sunday. It is we decided to go out and do a music video and release something of our own. This is not something we're currently pursuing full time.
No, it was
it's
just
something we wanted to do for the
just
holiday.
kind of a kitschy little Christmas thingy that we decided to do. We have the resources at our disposal, so we just went
celebration of 15,000 of you crazy guys coming over, subscribing to the channel. We figured we'd give you something a little different, and just kind of show you guys like we do other stuff too. So
and we have to scratch our music itch every now and then, so that's kind of what that is. It's not us trying to promote something. It's just us doing literally, like he said, what we do. That's when I'm not doing reactions. This room is not fake. All these instruments come off the wall, and as a matter of fact, the song that you guys listened to, that video, all those instruments in that song are right here on the wall.
The white guitar right here.
Nope, one behind you.
This one right here.
That's my go-to.
There's a bass you can't see. Yeah. It's right there. Yeah. Well, maybe
you might be able to see it right there. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's all real shit. So that's what we do in our off time. So anyways, check that out if you haven't. And with that, this was another highly recommended one by Pentatonix in our comment section. This is Silent Night. This is a live performance by them.
Yeah. And I decided to pick the live one just because, we can actually
I think I remember seeing people actually requesting the live version of this.
I don't know.
I remember at least one or two comments saying...
I read so many comments, dude, it gets all jumbled up.
Sometimes I get lost, man. Sometimes I'll be scrolling through, like I'm scrolling through Facebook and just reading comments and reading comments. And actually, it's kind of nice knowing that I'm not on Facebook and I can spend my time doing that instead, because it's all about our content rather than having to be about shit.
And it's actually people who like give a shit. Yeah, so we thank you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. So anyways, with that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Hello. Let's just get into it, shall we?
Let's get into it. Silent Night live by Pentatonix.
This is our first live one by Pentatonix.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm stoked.
I'm curious to see
the
how
translation.
Good the footage is.
The translation. I'm excited. Let's go.
1, 2.
Oh.
All right.
Good start. Wow, okay. Dude, they don't miss. Like,
ever.
I understand that that's their thing. They're good singers, but it's so wild to watch them do it in real time. Like, they don't miss. They just, like, the chords just stay together through the whole...
I mean,
man.
Here's the crazy thing. When it comes to production, like we just mentioned that video we put out last Sunday, I'd go and sing my line. It's like, you're close, and you go in and just barely edit, just like, dude, you're a little flat on this note. You just bump that up.
Industry secrets, like any music, mainstream music that you're listening to today is heavily auto-tuned. Most of it is. That's just how it works.
We did a little tiny skip here and there just to make sure everything's on pitch and in the key.
At this point in the game,
see these guys
live,
live,
how it works.
See these guys live.
They don't miss though. Like
they don't miss. Like
they don't.
I would love to go to a recording session and watch.
Can you imagine sitting in the pews next to this right now, just sitting there like,
you're sitting there in the studio. Okay, Mitch, go ahead and sing your stuff. So he sits up there, he does his thing,
and you just
and the studio guy just walks the fuck out. He goes, you done?
Goes out and gets a drink.
He checks it with the key of the song. He goes,
uses the
yeah, man, you good?
Throws it into Melodyne, and he's like, you didn't miss. Okay, who's next? And honestly, at this point, I learned a lot from Home Free. Honestly, at this point, they're not doing a lot of it in a studio. These guys are anything like Home Free. They're doing a lot of it at their houses, but regardless, the process is the same. So, anyways, let's keep moving forward.
So tender and mild, sleep.
love that chord.
That's so amazing. Woo, boy. Hello, Avi. What's up, man?
I did not expect the bass to translate that well.
And I don't know if Kevin is doubling right now, if he's doubling the bass. I think you guys have said that he does double bass.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yes, so they're probably both doing it right now.
It's hard to tell in this.
I can't exactly tell, but wow.
The science is ridiculous right now, okay? And here's what's blowing my mind. In this little section of this church we're in, we got a stone wall, like a stone pillar.
A pillar, yeah.
So sound waves, especially higher pitched sound waves move very fast. The frequency is just... And so when it hits something that's stone, it vibrates back really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bass travels very slowly. And when it hits stuff, it bounces off just as slow. So the fact that he isn't being drowned out by the higher pitched sound waves
means he
bouncing around that room.
He's pushing.
Putting it out,
yeah,
dude.
He's pushing, which is amazing. But
yeah.
To have, like you said, to have that volume and that tonality at that range is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Talent. Straight up talent. Practice. Hours. 10,000 hours plus. You know what I mean? Like, it's an insane thing. So.
Let's back it up 5.
All right.
There we go.
Holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
Wow.
Around your virgin mother and child, holy infant.
Wow. What? It sounds
you
like
can kind of hear Kevin in that coming up.
It sounds
he's
like he's
singing
doing
like a baritone.
like a baritone part. I was gonna say like a higher bass part, but yeah, it's probably a baritone part. Yeah, so he's helping to fill in the low end, but he's not quite down where Avi's at. But still,
and I don't blame him.
you can't. It's almost impossible to be. It's an insane. He's doing some resolves from a low end, which is like. It's weirder to hear it that way because you're used to notes resolving down instead of resolving up into something, which is kind of interesting because the one Our Mary Did You Know, we have a resolve up at the end of that one, which is kind of interesting. But it's interesting to hear him come from a bass perspective because he'll hit a note and you're like, whoa, what is that? And then he steps up to the next one, and you're like, wow.
Yeah,
it builds this tension in the song, but then resolves itself so well. It's great.
Oh yeah,
I love it. It's really really good.
Hit it again.
So tender and mild, sleep
It's awesome.
in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Sleep, sleep.
Oh, sleep.
Sleep, sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep, sleep.
By the way,
Man, I feel like I'm watching like a Disney movie or something, and there's like this elegant scene of someone walking through like a snow-covered forest or something. Like, I don't know, dude. It's like there's all sorts of weird sprinkly magicness happening right now. It's amazing.
So I want you guys to notice
You're just
before.
like, yeah,
So they kind of let Avi do his thing, and then they kind of come in one voice at a time. There may be 2 voices at a time at one point. But you'll especially notice with Scott, his hands start to move, and you'll notice it with Mitch too. I'm going to back it up 15. Now you'll see him right here in this frame. He is looking at Avi,
he's watching for cues,
making sure that he's staying in time, because it's really hard when you drop everything else out and just do a solo to keep everything in time. Now Scott starts to count himself in. Before he starts singing, you'll see his hands, 1, 2, 3, and then he'll sing his part.
Okay.
So, let's watch it. 1, 2.
Sleep.
Sleep, sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep,
I love watching these guys live because you can see with their hands. You can see Avi when he's holding a note that's kind of like you said, it builds tension. He'll have his hand underneath like this, like it's kind of cutting, and then he'll resolve it. Watch this. So good. There you go, Avi. Wow.
Hey, how long you been here?
Wow. Yeah, right? Wow.
I feel like I just time traveled maybe a little bit. Like I was just trying to analyze everything that was going on. Like I don't know. There's so much happening if you know what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like you said with the hand movements, and then it gets you thinking like in choir and in breathing techniques and things like that. Don't they teach you to kind of like use your hands in ways that represent like what your body's doing and things like that? Yeah.
And it definitely helps,
to
especially
help with flow
when they're
and things like
like
that.
you know, when you see Scott, especially something that's got a tricky timing, he comes in on 2 or 2.5 or 3. It was weird for the timing there. 1, 2, and then he'd start his thing.
Yeah.
And so like having that movement helps.
And like
for sure.
you can tell too when he's doing certain types of breathing, you know, you can kind of see him like gesturing towards like his sternum area, and like his hands will change based on like how he's just like, and they all kind of do it like based on how they're breathing and how things are working and what they're trying to achieve. Their hand gestures will kind of change, and it's so interesting to watch the connection between that and how they're singing and how it affects like the dynamics of the song and like the effect and the feel of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's wild.
I mean, you always see when they build it, all their hands kind of come up and
I watched
carry the note.
I watched him both times on that last little section there where he had the hand almost put up, like you said, as a wall, and then when he was ready to push the note through for the resolve, he literally did that. And it was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's just...
And Mitch, I forgot to mention
and then before I knew it, that's when I froze, and I was watching him, and all of a sudden I was just like... And then the song was over, and I was like, oh, hold on, wait, I was right in the middle of like, whoa, okay,
I forgot to mention it, but Mitch had a part that was a little bit higher, and you watch his hands form a ball, but you watch his mouth and how he's forming his mouth to actually make the note and make sure he sings it on key. It's like he has a ball in his mouth. Like he's just like hitting that. Like it's good.
I vaguely remember learning some of that stuff in high school about, you know, like when you're doing breathing techniques or when you have big parts or, you know, you're supposed to be expressive with your hands and kind of like, because it helps, you know, and there are like exercise classes dedicated, like flow classes and stuff dedicated to that kind of thing, you know, like using your arms and helping with breathing and circular motions. I don't know anything about it. Clearly I'm not a flow body, but anyways. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I just like it. It's super interesting to watch the relativity between the two, and I got stuck in that. That was really good. That was really good.
We got to see them live, but they're always doing tours overseas. Man.
I know.
Pentatonix, come home, man. Come home,
come
play
back.
a tour.
We'll
we
go.
Want to see you guys.
There are some. I mean, Pentatonix at Red Rocks, like.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Let's go see that. So anyway, and I'm sure they did it back in the day when they were all, you know, when they were like super relevant and doing the sing-offs and stuff like all that. So I'm sure they have probably played Red Rocks, but come back and play again. I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm sure you will fill the seats. So 5 out of 5.
5 out
That
of
was
5 all
amazing.
day long, man.
That was absolutely amazing.
Well, if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Ow.
Ain't no one paying us except some guy.
Not in the month of December.
Some guy in a cubicle that works for Google somewhere is cutting us a check every month. And his job is just...
He needs to get a fatter check.
Yeah, he comes in for a very minimal amount of work. That's for sure.
Like your boys over here in Wyoming, YouTube, when you're watching the guy sitting at the desk, your boys over here in the 307 in YouTube. We're talking fat check. Okay?
Let's go.
Not check.
Let's just go.
Check.
Just send us. You know the guy. I'm sure the guy that's sending us a check knows the guy that sends out the golden plaques.
Yeah.
Get us
Whatever
one of
that
those.
ad revenue is.
Those things are dope. Like, I just want one for that wall, or whenever we're over there for that different. I don't know.
Yeah, for something.
Yeah.